Yes, good evening. I welcome you all to this class. So this is already the 16th day of your course. I hope I'm audible and visible. Oh, not visible. So today thoda sa mushkil hai visible hona. Okay. So I'm somewhere outside, but still definitely will do justice to the class. So let me just start today's class. So आज का class है respiratory system. Yes, respiratory system ये तो श्वसन वह संस्थान है, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट सा सिस्टम है क्योंकि इसे हम कोरिलेट कर सकते हैं आयुर्वेद में प्राणवह स्रोतस से। ओके, प्राणवह स्रोतस। सो क्या है ये प्राणवह स्रोतस? विच इज इन दैट सिस्टम जो इन्वॉल्व रहता है हमारे श्वसन क्रिया से, वही तो है प्राणवह स्रोतस। सो प्राणवह स्रोतस का मतलब है the system which is involved with the respiration. Of course, pranavah srotas is also correlated to nervous system to some extent, but basically we take it as this respiratory system only. ओके, सो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे कुछ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड वेरी कॉमन डिसीजेस के बारे में। एंड द फर्स्ट वन इज क्रॉनिक कोल्ड। यस, द स्लाइड्स आर विजिबल। हाँ, यस, नाउ आई थिंक द स्लाइड्स आर विजिबल। यस, क्रॉनिक कोल्ड। आयुर्वेद के परिभाषा में हम ये क्रॉनिक कोल्ड को प्रतिश्याय बोलते हैं या फिर पीनसा। I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me and hear me. Not see me, but hear me. Right? Can you see me? Arogyam Institute, please let me know if you can hear me. Am I audible? Yes. So, Ayurveda, according to Ayurveda, common cold is caused by the aggravation of kapha dosha. आप सबको मालूम है, that is the mucus secretions, the sputum, all these are different parts or different थिंग्स, एंटिटीज जिसे हम कोरिलेट कर सकते हैं कफ के साथ। सो ये कफ दोष अगर हमारे शरीर में नॉर्मल से बहुत ज्यादा हो जाए, बिकॉज ऑफ मेनी रीजंस, देयर आर मेनी कॉजेस फॉर इंक्रीज ऑफ कफ दोषा इन द बॉडी। सो कुछ कारणों की वजह से अगर कफ दोष ज्यादा हो जाता है हमारे शरीर में, एंड विच अगर ये कफ दोष अगर अग्नि दुष्टि के लिए कारण बनता है, see, the main cause for its aggravation is weak digestion and poor ojas, that is poor immunity. Indigested food turns into ama. ये तो आप सबको अभी मालूम है, we discussed that. ama का मतलब है कुछ undigested, unwanted, toxic substance जो हमारे शरीर में उत्पन्न हो जाते हैं, एंड जहां भी ये लॉज होता है, जिस सिस्टम में या फिर जिस स्थान में ये लॉज होता है, that system is affected basically. So ये अगर आम का उत्पत्ति होने के बाद अगर ये हमारे श्वसन वह संस्थान में अगर ये लॉज हो जाता है, then that is called as, that is the cause for this. Just give me 1 minute. Yes, that is the cause for this. AMA, and AMA, which lodges in the respiratory system, may be the cause for this cold. अगर ये cold 3-4 दिनों में अगर it becomes cured, then it is acute. अगर 3-4 या फिर 1 week maximum, it is acute cold. अगर ये बहुत ज्यादा दिनों तक हमें सताता है, then it is called as chronic cold. सो क्रॉनिक कोल्ड के लिए ये रिकरेंट एंड कंटिन्यूअस आमा एक बहुत मुख्य कारण भी हो सकता है। Then indigested food turns into ama, and when this ama reaches the respiratory system, cold happens. Other than ama, cold and humid weather can also cause cold, isn't it? So we all know this. ये सिर्फ आमा का उत्पन्न होना is one mandatory factor, लेकिन इसके अलावा भी ये न होने से भी this cold weather and exposure to humid climate can be a cause for chronic cold. Now let us see what are the symptoms of this chronic cold. Runny or stuffy nose. Yes, we all would have suffered from this at least at one point of time or the other in our life, isn't it? Runny or stuffy nose. See, some people say, I don't even get cold. So they, they just want to have this, some people, because having cold is a special feeling for some people, as we have seen. Kyunki they always suffer from this heat, hot related issues. ये cold होने से कुछ लोगों को ये सूथिंग इफेक्ट भी हो जाता है, लेकिन दैट इनिशियल स्टेज से अलावा और कोई भी स्टेज कोल्ड का पसंद नहीं होता है, राइट? सोर थ्रोट का मतलब है गले में किचकिच, गला खराब होना, एंड देन कॉफ, खांसी, कंजेशन, दैट इज लंग्स में अगर ये म्यूकस स्पूटम ये कलेक्ट हो जाए, सो दैट इज द केस. स्लाइट बॉडी एक्स और माइल्ड हेडेक. सो शरीर में कुछ अंगसाद या अंग गौरव भी बोलते हैं हम इसे. सो कुछ हेवीनेस एंड पेन्स ऑफ द बॉडी, माइल्ड हेडेक. सो हेडेक क्यों होता है? देखिए, हमारे शरीर में देयर आर मेनी होल्स, दैट इज साइनसेस, हॉलो स्पेसेस. सो दिस हॉलो स्पेसेस बेसिकली आर ऑन दी, अगर ये फोरहेड में ज्यादा हो जाए, फोरहेड में एक साइनस है, इसका नाम है फ्रंटल साइनस. ये फ्रंटल साइनस दैट इज अ hollow, what to say, it's a hollow space inside the body, in our body. अगर इस रीजन में स्पूटम या फिर म्यूकस गेट्स कलेक्टेड एंड अगर ये सॉलिडिफाई हो जाए, तो हमें शरीर भार, दैट इज शिरो गौरव लगता है, दैट इज हेवीनेस ऑफ द हेड हो जाता है, एंड दैट इज द मेन रीजन. And then sneezing, and then low grade fever. This low grade fever क्यों होता है? It may be because of cold. Again, ये आम दोष हमारे शरीर में ज्यादा हो जाए तो हमारा शरीर का टेम्परेचर भी कुछ बढ़ जाता है. Generally feeling unwell. Some people, yes, most of us, we don't have that normal feeling of well-being when we have cold, isn't it? Then iska treatment. Start the day with putting 2 drops of cow ghee in nostril every morning. Now you know the मतलब meaning of nasya. So अगर हम ये नस्य करते हैं हर दिन ऐसे कंडीशन में, it is very helpful. So what is this nasya? Instilling 2 drops of this medicated oil या फिर medicated ghee or plain ghee also in this case. क्योंकि see, this is a very simple thing. For any person having continuous sneezing, they can try out with this nasya with ghee, that is घृत नस्य बोलते हैं इसे हम. So this can be trial. घी को थोड़ा सा warm करके, now you know how to instill drops of this nasya dravya into the nose, isn't it? I have shown you once or twice, I think I have shown you. ये लगाने से the local mucous membrane जो बहुत ज्यादा irritate हुआ है, that will be pacified. Okay, then start away from consuming food items that aggravate kapha dosha, such as yogurt, rajma, black dal, ladyfinger, RB, rice, curd rice, basically this is buttermilk, ice cream, banana, avocado, cheese, and other sheet, that is cold and heavy gunas. Consume more of vitamin C rich food sources like oranges and lemons. Keep the body, especially, see, when the attack is there, उस समय में आप ये विटामिन सी रिच फूड को कंज्यूम मत करें. लेकिन when the cold is not there, if at all you are patient of chronic cold, और आप जब डाइट काउंसलिंग कर रहे हैं and this type of patients are there, then continuous usage in different forms of this citrus fruits helps in building immunity to a great extent. Okay, keep the body, especially feet, chest, throat, and head warm. Gargling with warm, salty water twice or thrice a day. Then half teaspoonful of sitopaladi churn with honey. One can consume it twice or thrice a day. See, the sitopaladi churn is a very effective and safe preparation जो आपको कमर्शियल आयुर्वेदिक शॉप्स में मिलता है. सो सीतोपलादी चूरन इज अ टाइम टेस्टेड मेडिसिन. आप ये हाफ टी स्पून फुल ऑफ सीतोपलादी चूरन को थोड़ा सा हनी के साथ मिक्स करके, लिटिल बिट ऑफ घी ऐड करके इंटरनली कंज्यूम कर सकते हो, या फिर थोड़ा सा मिल्क, हॉट मिल्क के साथ भी ये सीतोपलादी चूरन को मिक्स करके कंज्यूम कर सकते हो. Then One can consume it twice or thrice a day. It lubricates the throat and prevents irritation. Take 1 teaspoonful of Kantakari Avaleha twice a day. Again, this Kantakari Avaleha is a medicated preparation, Ayurvedic classical formulation, जो आपको हर commercial Ayurvedic shops में मिलता है. Then Yeladivati, Vyoshadivati, Khadiradivati, all these, any of these vatis can be consumed 3 to 4 times a day. Then do deep breathing, Anulom Vilom and Brahmari Pranayam, Tivar Pranayam and Vastrika Pranayam. So any of these can be done. If you have learned this properly, then this is the best way that you can adopt to keep the cold problem away. Then number 2 is sneezing. So sneezing is Kshavathu. Okay, Ayurved ke paribhasha mein chinkni. It can be triggered by variety of things. See, some people, they will have the sneezing when they gaze at the sun for a long time. Okay, directly looking at the sun for a long time can cause sneezing, right? So there are many factors like house dust or exposure to smoke. So many things are there. So many factors are there. जिसके वजह से we land up with this sneezing. It can be triggered by a variety of things, including allergens, viruses such as common cold or flu, nasal irritants, inhalation of corticosteroid through a nasal spray. All these. And then, as per Ayurveda, the common cause of sneezing is accumulation of kapha dosha. So kapha dosh to hamare sharir mein collect ho jata hai, and sneezing is a natural way of putting out that kapha dosh, okay? Unwanted things, right? Then iske liye, I wouldn't say home remedies. Basically, it is natural remedies. Eat light, warm, and cooked food. Include the use of pungent and bitter herbs and spices to reduce kapha, including ginger, cayenne, pepper, basil, cumin, cardamom, sage, turmeric, and all these. And then cinnamon. Citrus fruits like amla and oranges boost the immunity of your respiratory system. That is what I told you. They help your body to fight against various types of germs. So there are some microorganisms which may be responsible for causing the sneezing also. So that can also be tackled. Having ginger tea or adding ginger to your food items like dal and sabzi can strengthen your respiratory system's defense mechanism. A classical Ayurvedic herbal treatment to reduce kapha is Trikatu. So Trikatu, remember this Trikatu is a group of 3 drugs, very commonly available: Shunthi, Maricha, and Pipali. Shunthi is ginger, the dried ginger powder. Maricha is the dried pepper powder, and Pipali is the dried long pepper powder. So this combination is actually very good. Then remember this Trikatu. I will be asking you about this on the day when we will be discussing kitchen spices. Okay, 2-3 days after, later. Then in addition, one must focus toward lightening the body in other ways. Do gentle exercises and practice pranayam, regular sun exposure. Don't sleep in the open because too much exposure to wind may also cause the problem. Then avoid heavy, fermented and sour food, bananas, sweets, curd, ice creams, cakes, alcohol, and cold beverages. So this is a common thing that we generally know. Try the traditional yogic cleansing system known as Jalaneti. This practice involves clearing the nasal passages and salt water with the neti pot. It removes mucus and pollutants from the nasal passage and sinuses, allowing air to flow without obstruction. So ये Jalaneti को सीख लीजिए and you can just see that it works great. Okay. Then next is asthma. इसे हम आयुर्वेद की परिभाषा में बोलते हैं तमक श्वास. So तमक श्वास तो एक ऐसा problem है that is it is a chronic, intermittent and inflammatory disease of the airways characterized by episodes of wheezing, coughing, breathlessness and chest tightness. So look at this picture here. ये तो respiratory system का एक unit है. This is a normal bronchial tubule. See यहाँ पर smooth muscles are relaxed, and look at this tube. This tube on the right side of the first picture, it is so very much open. लेकिन दूसरा tube देख लीजिए, another unit. Yes, here the left part which looks like a mirror image of the first part. So this left part is having a mild swelling inside. Okay, ये क्रॉस सेक्शन में आपको ये म्यूकस प्लग दिखाई दे रहा है प्लस जैसे शेप में. Okay, the lumen appears to be very small compared to the first picture. So this is the inflamed bronchial tube of an asthmatic. Then look at this, muscle fibers are tightened. So look at the difference. The tightened muscle, smooth muscles and loose or relaxed smooth muscles, and ये internal pipe का internal space ये तो बढ़ गया. I mean it is normal in the first, whereas come in the second. Then precipitating factors. What can be the causes for this? So cold air, exercise. देखिए, we always say that exercise एक ऐसा activity है जो normal, I mean जो ज्यादा करने से भी problem और कम करने से भी problem. Exercise and then infection. So infection is what? Infection के वजह से mucus secretions भी ज्यादा हो सकता है, and also the inflammation is also seen. Swelling या सूजन दिखाई देती है अंदर. And then house dust, gastroesophageal reflex. क्या है ये gastroesophageal reflex? जो भी आहार हम खाते हैं, अगर वो हमारे फूड पाइप से बाहर निकलता है कुछ देर बाद, that is called as gastroesophageal reflex. ये सिर्फ आहार द्रव्य नहीं, वो आहार के साथ थोड़ा सा गैस्ट्रिक जूसेस भी मिक्स होके सॉर टेस्टिंग या फिर कड़वा टेस्टिंग, any different taste which is not so very much preferred. So that is called as gastroesophageal reflex. And then even smoke, emotions, pollens, and sleep also. The position, basically, there is a condition called as orthopnea, that is difficulty to breathe agar the person is in the sleeping position. And then signs and symptoms, episodic or chronic wheezing, dyspnea, cough, tightness in the chest, trouble sleeping caused by shortness of breath, coughing or wheezing. So these are some of the signs and symptoms that can be seen. देखिए यहाँ पर एक term है dyspnea. Dyspnea का मतलब है difficulty in breathing, right? Then counseling of the patient. तो हम कैसे patient को counseling कर सकते हैं? Avoid iced drinks, spicy foods, and cold drinks. Keep the surroundings and the bedroom as dust-free as possible. Avoid strenuous exercise, and then avoid allergens like dust, smoke, emotional upset. Yes, you have heard it right. Emotional upset से भी ये problem ज़्यादा हो सकता है कभी-कभी. Okay? Then इसके लिए natural remedies है. Some of the repetitions also we see here. Sip on herbal tea made by blending ajwan, tulsi, pepper, and ginger, which is useful as a natural expectorant for asthmatics. Curcumin, the yellow pigment present in turmeric, provides turmeric its ability to inhibit inflammation. This naturally makes it a vital herb in fight against bronchial asthma. In case of chest congestion, मिक्स तिल तेल एंड सैंधव लवण. देखिए ये तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सा ट्रीटमेंट है आयुर्वेद में जो हम करते हैं. तिल तेल या फिर जिंजली ऑयल को थोड़ा सा वार्म करके इसके साथ लिटिल बिट ऑफ सेंधा नमक को ऐड कीजिए, एंड दिस मिक्सचर व्हेन इट इज कंफर्टेबली हॉट, इसे हमें अप्लाई करना है चेस्ट और बैक रीजन में. सो ये करने से कफ का विलयन हो जाता है. दैट इज अवर कॉन्सेप्ट. नॉट जस्ट दिस, as I generally keep on telling you, Nadi Sweda dete hai. All of you can see Google for the terminology Nadi Sweda. वो क्या है? Very simple तरीका है. We prepare some कषायम्स in a cooker, pressure cooker. लेकिन ये सीटी डालने के जगह में हमें कुछ टाइट फिटिंग पाइप डालना है. प्रिफरेबली वो गैस का बेसिकली द पाइप which comes along with the gas stove, the same pipe can be used for fixing at the point of CT. Okay, यो वेट हम डालते हैं ना. So इससे क्या होता है, the कषायम से जो वेपर जनरेट होता है, वो कुकर हीट करने से वो कषायम से जो वेपर जनरेट होता है, that comes out through the other end of the pipe. और ये other end of the pipe को हमें direct करना होगा. I mean we will have to hold, and the vapors coming out from the pipe have to be directed towards the patient's chest and back. This is a very nice remedy. So generally what we see is छोटे बच्चों में या फिर any other इवन ओल्ड पीपल में जो भी क्रॉनिक अस्थमैटिक्स है, नेबुलाइजेशन कर रहे हैं पीपल, सो उन लोगों को अगर हम ये ट्रीटमेंट स्टार्ट करते हैं कंजेशन के टाइम में, तो इट रिड्यूसेस द एपिसोड्स ऑफ नेबुलाइजेशन. ओके, सो दिस इज अ वेरी नेचुरल थिंग. लेकिन जो कषायम हम वहां पर बनाते हैं ना, दैट हैज टू बी दशमूल कषायम. सो दशमूल का कषाय पाउडर मिलता है आपको, वो पानी में डाल के थोड़ा सा बॉईल करना होगा. और ये दशमूल का वेपर्स जो आता है अदर एंड ऑफ द पाइप से, उसे हमें डायरेक्ट करना है पेशेंट के चेस्ट और बैक की तरह. सो ये करने से आराम से वो जो भी कंजेशन हो गया है, दैट विल बी there will be lot of vilayana, that is melting of the solidified kapha, and it is very safe also, isn't it? So we generally see in our centers and hospitals and all, इसे हम बोलते हैं dashamula sweda. Okay, so dashamula sweda is a very nice remedy, very effective remedy, right? I was telling you this. Then ginger and turmeric powder. Boil a teaspoonful of freshly grated ginger in a glass of milk and add half teaspoonful of turmeric powder to it. If taken twice a day, this could reduce the frequency of asthma attacks. And then licorice and ginger. Licorice, also known as muley tea, is also loaded with anti-inflammatory properties. Drinking a tea made with half teaspoonful of licorice and half teaspoonful of ginger is very effective actually. ओके, लेकिन थोड़ा सा देखे संभाल के जिंजर यूज कीजिए. मुलेटी तो वेरी सेफ है, लेकिन जिंजर थोड़ा सा हॉट पोटेंसी है ना, सो इसलिए थोड़ा सा हीट ज्यादा कर सकता है. पीपल ट्री का चाल powder. Collect the inner bark from people tree, let it dry for 3 to 4 days, then make a powder. Consume 4 gram mixed with honey once or in divided doses. और इसके साथ ही आपको ये डीप ब्रीथिंग, अनुलोम विलोम, भ्रामरी प्राणायाम, तिवार प्राणायाम and all these are advised. And as I told you in the beginning, start the day with putting 2 drops of cow ghee in the nostril. ये आप पूछ सकते हैं क्या ये घी डालने से कफ दोष या फिर कफ का सेक्रेशन ज्यादा नहीं होगा? यस, टू सम एक्सटेंट, लेकिन नोस, नासिका के रीजन में अगर ये ज्यादा व्हाट हैपेंस समटाइम्स इन्फ्लेमेशन एंड बर्निंग सेंसेशन, ये तो कम हो जाता है. देन योगासनास फॉर अस्थमा. लुक एट दिस: सेतुबंधासना, भुजंगासना, नाड़ी शोधन प्राणायाम, कपालभाति, अर्धमत्स्येंद्रासना, पवन मुक्तासना, अधोमुख श्वानासना एंड बटरफ्लाई पोज. So next is bronchitis. So ये सब कहने के बाद में classical and traditional Ayurvedic medicines and कुछ रसायनम्स and कुछ rejuvenators के बारे में बोलती हूँ. Okay, then bronchitis. So bronchitis का मतलब है, see as I told you, anything, any word ending with itis is suggestive of inflammation. So क्या है ये bronchitis? Bronchitis, Tivar Pranayam is a specialty branch. It is developed by Tivar. You can get in touch with our coordinators for further help. Okay, they will have a contact with this yoga teachers, and they will definitely help you with this. Bronchitis is characterized by inflammation of bronchial tubes, the air passages that extend from trachea into the small airways and alveoli. So जो entire system का वो internal pipe या network जो है, so that is inflamed from the inner side. और इसकी वजह से again the pipe का inner space is reduced, and because of this there can be difficulty of breathing. And then what are the causes? Mainly virus. For example, cold or flu virus. See, from the past 2-3 years we have been the entire global level में ये तो कोरोना नाम का एक महाव्याधि हमें पीड़ा कर रही थी, isn't it? In the past so many years. Now of course we are all safe, I hope. So ये problem तो basically ये corona virus, that which was attacking our respiratory system in the diseased people, that used to cause difficulty in breathing, probably because of this. Or shotha, that is inflammatory condition of the body was also more. That is how the body used to react also, isn't it? Then exposure to सी वायरस या बैक्टीरिया कोई भी ऑर्गेनिज्म की वजह से ये हो सकता है. एक्सपोजर टू सब्सटेंसेस दैट इरिटेट द लंग्स सच एज टोबैको, स्मोक, डस्ट, फ्यूम्स, वेपर्स एंड एयर पोल्यूशन. एंड इसके साथ ही कुछ जेनेटिक फैक्टर्स, समटाइम्स तो ये अस्थमा रन्स इन द फैमिलीज. Okay, signs and symptoms: cough with mucus, shortness of breath, body aches and chills, low grade fever, runny stuffy nose, sore throat, chest congestion. ये सब हो सकता है. And what are the remedies? Ginger and honey. Take 2 teaspoonful of fresh ginger juice mixed with equal volume of honey. Taking this bronchitis home remedy twice a day helps to check the frequency and intensity of your problem. Mustard oil and camphor. Take 2 tablespoonful, about 30 ml of mustard oil or any other vegetable oil. Warm it well. Dissolve about 2 grams of camphor in the oil. Apply this oil gently over the chest. As I told you, till oil और सेंधा नमक के बारे में हमने बात किए थे. This is mustard oil with camphor, which is very much penetrating. Okay. Apply this gently over the chest and back. Do not massage. Allow the oil to work for a few minutes. Later, give a dry fermentation. So dry fermentation is also accepted sometimes. So that can also be adopted. Then the third point is again using steam. ये steam inhalation भी कर सकते हैं. So ये steam inhalation, inhaling the steam will help loosen the secretions in the lungs. This is what I told you, and make the steam treatment even more effective. Add a few drops of eucalyptus oil to the water. This will help soften the mucus in obstructed airways. Ginger and black pepper. Add 1 teaspoonful of each. Ginger powder and black pepper, 2 cups of boiling water. Boil it for a few minutes. Then add some honey and drink it twice a day. So again, this is very helpful. Remedies continued. Salt water. Add 1 tablespoonful of salt to glass of warm water and use it to gargle several times a day. इससे inflammation तो कम हो जाएगा. It will soothe the inflammation of the throat. Again, another one is Sitopaladi Churn. As I have told you, again, this is a classical Ayurvedic medicine. It has antihistaminic properties, cures congestion and treats respiratory issues. In 1 teaspoonful of honey, mix half spoon of Sitopaladi Churn powder and take it 2 to 3 times a day with lukewarm water. So, yes, this is another way. So, there are 3 types or 3 ways how you can take this Sitopaladi Churn. Why we are very aram se we are telling this is Sitopaladi Churn is such a wonder drug that even in conditions of TB and other Rajayakshma बोलते हैं हम, ऐसे conditions में भी very safely and effectively हम दे रहे हैं. And it is also a very good remedy for gastritis and gastric related problem. Okay, इससे क्या बोलते हैं, it enhances the bioavailability and also it's a very good Agnivardhak. Okay, then start the day with putting 2 drops of cow ghee in each nostril every morning and take rest for 10 minutes. So this completes the respiratory system related problem. So if you want to know more about our Ayurvedic treatment for this respiratory problems, definitely in the advanced courses we are teaching, there are, see, every system is important and every system का चिकित्सा, every system का strengthening करना is very good so that we stay healthy. There are, I mean, it is our duty that we need to identify the problems related to different systems and we have to strengthen that particular system. ये करने से, see, it is just like identifying certain problems. कुछ बच्चों को लिखना अच्छी तरह से नहीं आता है, कुछ लोगों को ये पढ़ना. So we need to identify the strengths and weaknesses and जो भी weak है हमारे body में, जो भी system, उस system को अगर हम strengthen करें तो we will stay away from problems related to that system and lead a very healthy life. So saying this respiratory system is now done. And as I told you, very common medicines or very common products that we suggest here are, as you all know, our very well known popular च्यवनप्राश, एक अच्छी क्वालिटी, अच्छी कंपनी का च्यवनप्राश तो हम रेगुलरली यूज कर सकते हैं। आजकल तो शुगर फ्री च्यवनप्राश भी अवेलेबल है। And there are so many other lehyas like Agastya Haritaki Lehya and Chitraka Haritaki Lehya, Kantakari Avalehya and Vyagri Haritaki, Vasavaleha. So many lehyas which are very safe. देखिए हमारे साइंस का एक स्पेशलिटी है, ये लेहियास खाने से सिस्टम का स्ट्रेंथनिंग बहुत अच्छी तरह से होता है। एंड वी हैव टू टेक केयर अबाउट द सीजनल प्रॉब्लम्स ऑल्सो। ये सीजन आने के पहले से ही अगर हम शुरू करते हैं लेहियास, सो वी आर सेफ। लेकिन डोसेज एंड एडजुवेंट्स को आपको अच्छी तरह से एक आयुर्वेद वैद्य से कंसल्ट करके लेना होगा, राइट? देन so now we are moving on to some small skin disease type of problems like urticaria, psoriasis, eczema. Okay, urticaria is a rash of round color on the skin with that itch intensely, sometimes with dangerous swelling caused by an allergic reaction, typically to specific foods or medicines. So urticaria तो common language में hives बोल सकते हैं हम, HIVES. It is a sort of allergy, और आयुर्वेद में इसे हम अनुर्जा ग्रुप बोलते हैं। बेसिकली दिस अर्टिकेरिया को हम शीत पित्त बोलते हैं। रिमेंबर एंड नोट डाउन। देन कॉमन कॉज। सो बेसिकली क्या होता है, कैसा लगता है ये अर्टिकेरियल रैशेस? इट अपीयर्स एज दो यू हैव बीन बिटन बाय अ मस्किटो। Okay, that reddish swelling will be seen, and after some time the reddish colored swelling or the rashes that are formed, they disappear on their own. Okay, somewhere else it is seen. There may be one or two rashes, or it may be group of many papules like. So you can see some pictures on the internet to understand about urticaria. So कुछ common causes हो सकते हैं, medications, and then including some antibiotics and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Then foods such as nuts. So sometimes some allergic reactions may be produced because of some nuts also. Food additives, eggs, strawberries and wheat products, bacterial infections, including urinary tract infections or intestinal parasites, sunlight exposure, exercise, allergy from hair color, all these may be different causes. And then signs and symptoms are thirst, एनोरेक्सिया। एनोरेक्सिया का मतलब है टेस्टलेसनेस या अरुचि, रुचि का ग्रहण अच्छी तरह से नहीं हो रहा है तो इट इज एनोरेक्सिया। nausea, fatigue, reddish discoloration of the eye, many temporary reddish itchy welts or hives on the skin, then swelling of hands, swelling of lips. See, if it is only on the skin, it is not of much problem. अगर ये mucous membrane को affect करता है हमें, so if there is internal swelling, okay, what happens? The tubes or the respiratory system का inner lining तो inflame हो जाते हैं, and और इसके वजह से respiration becomes very difficult. It can also affect our mouth and food pipe and all these. These are also other dangers. So इसके लिए कुछ natural remedies है. Avoid incompatible food. See, विरुद्धाहार के बारे में हम initially first few days of the class में बहुत सारे discuss किए हैं. Many of you might be asking, like there are juice shops which prepare fruits with milkshakes concept. So do we ever realize or do we ever think about such things? विरुद्धाहार से ही ये हो रहा है. We will never know unless we are being told by somebody, isn't it? Myself being a doctor, Ayurvedic doctor, knowing all this, I did a very great blunder few days back. And that time, it so happened that constantly I had this what mango milkshake. I love mangoes, and somehow I had this mango milkshakes for a long duration, and there was a trigger of this urticaria, and I took this panchakarma, vamana, virechana, everything, and never ever used that. As I told you that day, sometimes the artificial things that are used to make the fruit ripen, okay, some acidic preparations or anything that might react with milk, and that might be the cause for trigger of this. अगर हम ये अर्टिकेरिया का ट्रीटमेंट अच्छी तरह से नहीं करते हैं तो it becomes autoimmune sometimes. So that is why we need to treat it very well. So even now, whenever by chance, if we have such viruddhahar, it triggers. But since we have been in this field and we are reading it, we try to analyze. They can just think of common man, what they will feel. They will just take some cetirizine or any other anti-allergic and they will sleep for some time so that the allergy reduces, isn't it? So that should not happen. We need to understand the main cause for the disease. Then home remedies. Avoid incompatible foods, sour food, and heavy foods that are difficult to digest, such as fish with milk, banana shakes, etc. See, somebody had asked this question, banana shake. Hmm? Okay, here is the answer. Then take 1 teaspoonful of turmeric powder with glass of milk or water 2 to 3 times a day. Apply ice to your skin. It can help relieve any irritation. Wear light cotton clothes and keep the temperature in the room cool and comfortable. Avoid sitting in the direct sunlight. Apply aloe vera gel. It soothes the skin and reduces the hives. Oil massage कीजिए येलादी तैला के तैला से. Neem paste can also be applied and take fresh neem leaves. Make the paste and apply over the affected area. Then mud bath. So mud collect करने में थोड़ा सा जागृता लेना होगा हमें. So what the thing is, take mud from plot where no fertilizer has been used since 3 years. Dig from below in a vessel and make a paste with water. Apply the mixture on body for 40 minutes. Then take bath with lukewarm water. Then, so this is about अर्टिकेरिया जिसे हम बोलते हैं श्वेत पित्ता. So इसके लिए एक बहुत important सा effective सा remedy है हमारा हरिद्रा खंड. हरिद्रा खंड is a time tested Ayurvedic remedy which can be administered in many of the allergies and infections. Next is eczema. So eczema is again a medical condition where the skin becomes inflamed, itchy, cracked, and rough in patches. Sometimes can also cause blisters. Causes are genetics. If the patient with a history of asthma, eczema, or seasonal allergies, their offspring have a chance to develop this eczema. Then weak immune system. Children born to older women are more likely to develop eczema than children born to younger women. Cold climate, and then endocrine disorders such as thyroid disease. And symptoms are severe itching, redness, tiny fluid filled blisters, thick watery discharge from the lesions, dry and scaly skin, discoloration of skin due to continuous itching, and then rough, leathery, thicker skin as a result of itching. All these may be causes. Then ischele home remedies. Use a mild glycerin-based soap or a non-soap cleanser when washing, such as pears. Add spices in meals. They help reduce eczema symptoms such as inflammation, that is sujan, dryness means rukshita, itchiness, that is kujali. Include spices like turmeric, ginger, clove, cardamom, fenugreek, cinnamon, nigella seeds, black jeera, and regular application of olive oil after bathing. After bathing, apply the oil on the wet skin and let it stay for 3 minutes and then pour 2 to 3 mugs of water and then pat dry again. Then applying oil like this increases its absorption and also let it stay for a long time. Aloe vera gel. It assists in repairing the skin barrier while its antibacterial properties help prevent chances of infection. See, देखिए हमारा आरोग्यम इंस्टीट्यूट का नोट्स कितना अच्छा है. It's like a very detailed examination paper, isn't it? Even if you don't attend classes sometimes, easily you will be able to make out. So much in detail, directly applicable. Whatever you are understanding, whatever you are learning, you can apply it directly. Hats off to Arogyam Institute. Right. Then wear cotton clothes. Fasting for at least 2 days is required to cleanse the gut. Right. So this is very important. And then instead of body lotions, use coconut oil. Then mud bath. Again, the same thing. जहाँ पर 3 साल से कोई भी fertilizer नहीं यूज हुआ है, उस प्लेस से मड को कलेक्ट कीजिए and then apply it. Then so ये eczema के लिए भी बहुत important treatment है हमारे पास, and that is विरेचन. Regularly विरेचन and usage of Mahakittaka Ghritam, half spoon twice a day with hot water would help reduce this problem. Then next is psoriasis. ये तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम करने वाले, बहुत इरिटेट करने वाला जैसे प्रॉब्लम है. Psoriasis is a skin condition that causes red, itchy, scaly patches, most commonly on knees, elbows, trunk, and scalp. So, iska causes, you all can see the pictures. So, why we have not given pictures is that will make the study confined to only that particular PPT. लेकिन अगर आपको इसके बारे में डाउट लगता है, डाउट if it arises, you will be always be open for seeing on the internet. So that is the main reason. It consumes a lot of space too, isn't it? So psoriasis, please all of you refer. The causes can be weak immune system, क्योंकि ये तो autoimmune condition है. Genetics, if you have a family history of psoriasis, your chances of having psoriasis are higher. Shots, vaccines, and sunburns can also trigger a new outbreak. NSAIDs, yeah, painkillers. Then, signs and symptoms are red patches of skin covered with thick silvery scales, small scaling spots, dry, cracked skin which may bleed or itch, itching, burning, and soreness can be seen sometimes, and thickened, pitted, or ridged nails, swollen and stiff joints. The most commonly affected areas are the lower back and the elbows, knees, legs, soles of the feet, scalp, face, and palms. So these are some common areas where the psoriasis affects. So इसके लिए क्या करें? So psoriatic patches are nothing but plagues of skin, some unwanted, the cells. Inflammation in the body. It can be found in a variety of foods like flaxseed oil, nuts, seeds, soya bean, and fatty fish. Maintaining a very healthy weight, that is most important for this condition. And then obesity not only increases the risk of persons having psoriasis, but also is associated with having more severe symptoms. Then eat protein-rich food like pulses, oats, seeds, sprouts, turmeric to reduce inflammation, redness, and swelling. One must start consuming golden milk. So I will tell you about golden milk later. Daily to boost the immunity and subside the signs of psoriasis. Do pranayams like Brahmari pranayam, deep breathing, Anlom Vilom, Kapalbhati. Prefer homemade food. Don't eat spicy, pickle, rajma, black dal, all these too much, right? Fried food especially. So all these can be different reasons for psoriasis. So that can be tackled with this. Then, so psoriasis के लिए भी हम तो वमना विरेचना we generally adopt, और इसके बाद कुछ kashayams देते हैं हम. So initially as a patient comes, how we treat this psoriatic condition is we give some kashayams, और ये कषायम लेने के बाद थोड़ा सा रुक्षण होता है, that is drying up, और इसके बाद हम कुछ medicated घीस दे के हम बॉडी को प्रिपेयर करते हैं शोधन के लिए. और ये शोधना ट्रीटमेंट is generally adopted for various reasons like biocleansing, as we say. I have talked about this Vaman and Virechan. So Dusht, Kapha and Pitta dosh will reduce or will go away with this Vaman and Virechan. और ये करने के बाद हम कुछ target oriented medicines देते हैं and skin के health को बढ़ाने के लिए कुछ लेह्यास and rasayams भी देते हैं हम. So that is the line of treatment that is generally adopted in this condition. Then, and iske baad, there are which medicines that we generally prescribe, and they are like Kaishora Gugulu, then Khadira Rishta, and then Patola di Kashayam, and Nitya Virechan bhi dete hai aise condition mein hum. Like in, we give this Triphala, and then Trivrit naam ka ek preparation hai, we generally give that also. So this is given, and rasayanams like Madhusnohi Rasayanam, ya fir Rasagandhi Melugu. There are some herbo mineral preparations also which we prefer in psoriasis. So please read more about the disease, the causes, and Ayurvedic line of treatment for all these problems. Right? So this is about psoriasis, and the next condition is wheat allergy. So which is a very common thing nowadays. हम तो देख रहे हैं कि gluten allergy. So it was it not there in olden days? Yes, it was there. लेकिन आजकल तो ये ज्यादा हो रहा है क्योंकि आम दोष शरीर में उत्पन्न होने वाले कॉजेस को हम ज्यादा रिजॉर्ट कर रहे हैं. So that means we are just giving way for production of AMA. So wheat allergy is an allergic reaction to foods containing wheat, or maybe the quality of wheat is also not good. We never know. Allergic reactions can be caused by eating wheat and also in some cases by inhaling wheat flour. Signs and symptoms: swelling, itching, or irritation of mouth or throat, hives, itchy rash or swelling of the skin, and then nasal congestion, headache, difficulty in breathing, cramps, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea, anaphylaxis. All these are different signs and symptoms. So इसके लिए natural remedies है. देखिए, bale fruit. So this is a very common thing. We get this bale fruit and bale ka lehiam and all these. So all these is, I mean, this bale is a very natural remedy for wheat related problem. So frequency of bowel movements को ये control कर देता है. It also protects the mucosa from ulceration. Take fresh juice of bale regularly once or twice a day. And then apples have anti-inflammatory as well as antihistamine effects in wheat allergy. Fennel and cumin water helps in proper secretion of digestive juices, improves absorption and clear the gut. Boil fenugreek and strain it. Add jaggery powder to it. Take this drink empty stomach for wheat allergy. And then, so this is about wheat. And then lactose intolerance. This also is seen in even small children nowadays. Lactose intolerance is inability to break down a type of natural sugar called as lactose. So हमारे शरीर में तो एक enzyme है lactase which helps in metabolizing this lactose. अगर इसका कमी या फिर इसका wrong functioning देख सकते हैं हम, that may be the cause for this lactose intolerance. Lactose is commonly found in dairy products such as milk and yogurt. You become lactose intolerant when your small intestine stops making enough of the enzymes lactase to digest and break down the lactose. Lactose intolerance is usually caused by deficiency of an enzyme in the body called as lactase. And then, iska signs and symptoms hai stomach pain, bloating, then diarrhea, and then flatulence, constipation, headache, muscle pain, skin issues like eczema. So these are all some major signs and symptoms that we see. So आप पूछ सकते हो तो ऐसे कंडीशन में आयुर्वेद चिकित्सा क्या कर सकते हैं? Yes, definitely we can help. How we can help depends. Okay. Again, I would prefer a very good virechana for this condition. और इसके बाद we give medicines which help in improving the action, functioning of the liver. Some liver stimulants देते हैं हम like katuki, आरोग्यवर्धिनी vati, and then chitrakavati. All these we generally adopt, and so this can be given in a proper manner with a proper prescription from a registered Ayurvedic medical doctor, so that the problem can be आराम से we can manage. लेकिन थोड़ा सा भय भी होता है ये problem. I mean, generally we see this in small children. When small children start having this loose stools or this bloatedness and all, it's a real nightmare for the moms. So कुछ time लगता है, लेकिन the problem will be generally set right. And what we advise is also A2 milk, that is desi gai ka doodh. Sometimes in some patients when we advise this A2 milk, immediately the problem will become normal. And kuch digestives also we give along with milk initially, so that in a proper way the cell metabolism, I mean the digestion and metabolism happens in a proper way. So all these are certain very simple yet very important diseases that we have discussed today. Some respiratory and some skin diseases, and one or two this gut related allergies and infections. So this is about aaj ka class. Now let me just take up one or two questions. Ha. Right. How do you differentiate between asthma and bronchitis? देखिए, who is this? Bina. Bronchitis can be a symptom of asthma. Asthma is a major disease by itself, whereas bronchitis को हम short term वाला या फिर acute या फिर सिर्फ allergy ऐसे भी consider कर सकते हैं. And then Durga Kumari is asking a very nice question. Ma'am, but Panchamrit is combination of milk, banana and other things. So what's your take on this? Yes, I was expecting this question. Okay, because I too had this question. Has anyone, any of our ancestors or Purohits, have they asked us to consume this combination every day in large quantities? No. Generally, this Panchamrit ka abhishek to ye stone material तो I mean the stone material of the idols के लिए एक अच्छा सा संस्कार है. हम तो इसे सिर्फ तीर्थ रूप से लेते हैं, right? It is not that we are consuming Panchamrit every day for many days continuously. So that is first thing. Second thing is banana तो actually Panchamrit में नहीं है. Remember, it is Gavyam Kshiram Dadhi Ghritam Makshikam Chata Sharkara. That is cow's milk से बनाया हुआ curd, then cow's ghee, makshika is shahad and sharkara is shakar. This is actually the combination of panchamrit. 5 important substances. लेकिन बनाना तो हम ऑफर करते हैं गॉड के लिए, इसलिए हम ये बनाना को भी कट करके इसमें यूज करते हैं. It is just taken in the form of तीर्थ and not as a juice or not like water. We don't consume that like water, isn't it? So I think it is justified. And one more thing, there is another concept that it is not just milk and fruit or milk and curd. There are other substances also which may help reduce the problem. Like for example, you have some shahad over there, which is a very good catalyst and which helps in nullifying the deranged doshas. So all these can be different tools, which I mean, with different methods, how we understand this Panchamrit. Okay, Durga Kumari. Anu is asking, how many times can we take Sitopaladi Churan? 3 times a day you can take Sitopaladi Churan, lekin thoda sa, right? And then what is Haridra Khand and should we prepare at home? No, it's better if you can purchase. So before preparing Haridra Khand, you need to have a very detailed knowledge of regarding preparation. So there shouldn't be any wrong mishaps during that. Hema Madhwani is asking why kapha doshas are responsible for diabetes. See, if you ask me why, I would tell you ask kapha dosha itself. It is a general rule or general thing that we see in nature, that sun gives heat and air blows, you can't see air. These are all some time tested theories. You just can't change these. You have to accept these fundamental things as they are. Okay. Yes, Dr. Abha is asking regarding golden milk. So golden milk को कैसे हम prepare कर सकते हैं? Just half teaspoonful of this turmeric along with boil with a little bit of water and इसको थोड़ा सा milk add कीजिए. And then regarding golden milk, I have told. Urticaria and eczema, they are 2 different diseases by themselves. You can see some pictures. Urticaria is called as hives and eczema is a thick skin condition. So I would tell you, you have to see and find out the difference between urticaria and eczema. They are also very common. Okay. Can Sitopaladi be used in kids below 5 years? Yes, it can be used. Right. Okay. So this is a lot of time that we have taken. So sorry for today's disturbance. I hope it did not affect the quality of our class. Anyway, I'm happy to see so many students. Thanks for the patient hearing. We'll be meeting you all tomorrow again with another new topic. So please bear with me today. I mean, you have had some disturbances, I guess, but still the class, I think there was no disturbance in my teaching or anything. So thank you so much. Thanks for your listening and participation. Bye-bye. Myself, Dr. Pratibha, signing off. Please keep reading. Thank you so much. Bye.